Hi, folks. This is T.
And I'm Tom, and we're from Show Me Coasters. And today we wanted to talk about the 3D flat rides
that Disney and Universal is known for. For a long time, Disney and Universal cornered this market of land imagination, illusion, and immersion technology. If you look at their lineup, they're not deep in coaster. They're selling you the magic of Hollywood and a world of make-believe, and whatever's impossible is possible.
Right, and Six Flags over the last few years has put in 7 different installations of their Battle for Metropolis. And Cedar Fair has several also, along with the Boo Blasters on Boo Hill. And they have another
Planet
one
Monster.
Also. Yeah, Planet Monster.
And I don't know what the name is, the one in Canada's Wonderland. And I'm not sure if it's Knott's Berry or California Great has a dark ride also. But our piece on this one is Six Flags and Cedar Fair willing to challenge the king of cinematic magic of Disney and Universal? Right now, both parks has dabbled into this technology. But for me and Tom, we like to see that, that they explore more options. You can only shove your little ones into so many kids' rides before they tell you they don't feel so good. But what's magical about Disney and Universal is that children love this. They feel like you open their minds, you educate them, like Disney teach you about the world and tolerance, and Universal, they're more toward middle age,
it's more
10, 11 years old, but
teenagers.
It's just,
as well.
They're selling you movie magic. It's what we're saying.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think that Disney and Universal have their own idea of what their experience is. They're trying to incorporate the Hollywood movie magic more into their experience for their guests.
Escapism, yeah.
Yeah, it's not about roller coasters. When you think of Six Flags and you think of Cedar Fair, you're thinking of roller coasters. You're thinking of flat rides. You're thinking of water rides, water parks, things like that. I mean, I don't see Cedar Fair or Six Flags investing a huge amount of money in a whole bunch of different flat rides or dark rides, because
there is a market for that.
There is a market
Disney,
for it.
What they're successful at is opening the mind of children.
Yeah.
Open their imagination.
Right.
Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Teach them about the world. Teach them about other culture, like Epcot said.
Right.
Not just children, adults too.
But you're looking.
That's what's making people from all over the world coming to them.
Right. I know. I understand that, but I don't think that's what Six Flags or Cedar Fair wants to do. They throw in their dark rides like Battle for Metropolis and Six Flags Fiesta Texas is getting Pirates of this Deep Sea supposedly. But those parks are known for.
They don't have to continue that direction. What I'm saying is that, for example, what I'm trying to say is I think before Cedar Fair incorporated or bought out the parks that's formerly owned by Paramount, like Carowinds, Kings Dominion, Kings Island, and California Great, they had access to Nickelodeon. What company is that?
They had access to Nickelodeon. They had access to any of the Paramount pictures.
What I'm saying is is Dora is part of Nickelodeon, right? Dora, yeah. They could do a dark ride about Dora, the adventure of Dora, exploring the world and stuff like that for kids. It opened their mind. It's more than just taking kids and let them ride till they puke on a flat ride. It's, they're impressionable. Give them more than just what's out there. Just, growth.
Yeah, but most of the time whenever these amusement parks, because that's what we're talking about.
Yes, amusement park. But
they add these dark rides, the only thing that these dark rides are there for is A, to cool people off because they've been out in the sun all day,
not necessarily,
and to keep the kids entertained.
Well, I mean, not just kids. Adults love this Battle Metropolis. It brings out the inner kids. I think you're too short-sighted by saying that.
But I don't.
I see them. I don't. I mean, I don't see why they don't. To be honest, I see the possibilities. You don't have to be binocular in your vision to just say, okay, more flat ride, more coasters. Give something for the kids that are not tall enough to ride coasters yet. They're at that learning age. Anything you tell them, then they absorb. And these experiences do have a long impact on their childhood and what they remember. Just like, you went to Disney when I was a kid or whatever. I don't know if you ever went, but it leave an impact. For example, I was 10 years old when I did that Soaring Eagle in Epcot Center, and it opened the world. I never seen, flew over the Pyramid of Egypt or the Great Wall of China, but it left an impact. And it wasn't any like you didn't black out on a roller coaster, but it's a different kind of entertainment.
I understand what you're saying, and I see the possibilities for dark rides at the at amusement parks. I just don't think that that's what Cedar Fair or Six Flags is aiming to do. They're
aiming to complete entertain the family, but I mean they don't have to start big right now. I mean what they're doing is they start small. I mean they don't have the access of technology like Disney or Universal, where they have 4 or 5 of these special effect company working for them to create these new rides. But I mean, we had dark rides in the past that bring out Scooby-Doo and Plant vs. Monster and Boo Blaster on the Hill. That brings that's a fun ride. Sometimes adult loves it as much as kids.
Yeah, I agree. Those rides are popular, and they serve their purpose of entertaining the small kids and getting people out of the heat during the day. That's what what those are designed for.
I hope that's not what you think all these rides are. Get people out of the heat.
If Six Flags and Cedar Fair wanted to really immerse themselves into the dark rides, then they would do it.
They are a family entertainment. Entertaining family means entertaining everybody, not just the kids.
But their core target audience is people who are going there to ride roller coasters. That's it, roller coasters.
Not necessarily. There's kids that can't ride roller coasters.
And flat rides, and the flat rides. They're not movie
What
companies.
I'm saying is, maybe it's wishful thinking. I want them. I mean, I'm wishing them to open up the possibilities. There's a whole demand for it.
I mean,
you might not do the caliber of Universal Disney, but you can still enter that market. It would give them something else to do besides, like what you say, get out of the heat. There's dark ride that it's open, like in Universal. It's open. You feel all the heat of Florida, but it's magic, imagination, growth, children, impressionable. This is any amusement park, theme park, that's what you aim for. Entertainment for the whole family.
Yeah, I see your point. I mean, there are a lot of ways that Six Flags could incorporate more rides. They do have the Warner Brothers studios behind them.
The adventure of the Looney Tunes, and they have access to all the DC comics. Cedar Fair has all the Peanut characters that.
Yeah, but they don't have any major movie studio really behind them. I mean, you're looking at 10 parks that have nothing but Snoopy, Charlie Brown, Lucy, Linus.
Well,
they would need to really team up with their best bet if they were going to do something like that would be to go back to Paramount and say, hey, let's collaborate, or Viacom, whoever it is that owns it, and they can go from there and start making their rides.
I don't think you necessarily have to attach to any big company. You can branch out on you own on different themes, like like for example, Six Flags Fiesta Texas has that what's it called? The Pirates?
Pirates of the Deep Sea.
Yeah, something like that. Target game or something like. They are. Cedar Fair only has the peanut characters. They don't have. Yeah, I mean, yes, Cedar Fair has the peanut characters, but I don't think you need to restrict yourself to them. You basically have to think outside the box and be creative. It's all about imagination, and that's what all these dark rides are. I think they can succeed. I mean, don't sell Cedar Fair short.
Okay, let's start with let's talk about Six Flags for a second. What would you, if you were Six Flags, what would you put in as far as dark rides?
Six Flags has all access to Looney Tune characters. I mean, I can see, a theme like Soarin', the ride like Epcot Center, and teach kids about the planet, about all the people. It's just open their minds. I mean, you have more than just a DC. The DC is probably aimed at.
Well, I mean, yeah, you've got DC and you got Warner Brothers and
they have a lot.
You have the Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think that they should be like Epcot as far as like an educational piece.
Oh,
if you're wanting to get into dark rides, you want to do something that's going to entertain.
Entertainment without being preachy. Okay,
right.
I see your point.
You could do Aquaman. You could have a dark.
Oh, Aquaman plunge or something
like
like
you could have an Aquaman plunge where you're underwater,
just similar to Battle.
3D,
it's around water and Aquaman versus Submariner,
right?
Or something like that.
Something like that. You could do different dark rides based around either like another Justice League or a Teen Titans. Dark ride.
What about the young ones? The one
for the little ones, you could do a Looney Tunes. You could do a Looney Tunes 3D thing,
interactive.
That's interactive and have Bugs Bunny and Daffy and Porky Pig and Petunia Pig.
Just theme like a small coaster theme out like the Seven Dwarfs kind of thing.
Yeah, it could be something similar to like the Simpsons. The Simpsons ride.
Well, yeah, at Universal.
Like at Universal, with it being kind of a little roller coaster with the characters along the sides or whatever and hanging off the car or whatever.
But I mean, I know Six Flags, it's their own creations, just naming everything Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. But they got over 100 characters. It could be like the Apache or Samurai or
but they don't even have
Green Lantern,
They don't even have to limit themselves to just the superheroes as far as that goes.
Yeah,
they have a whole collection of movies that they've put out over the years.
Yeah.
That they could...
but yeah, these
they could pull from.
You can see the downside. These dark rides are not cheap.
No, they're not cheap. I mean, you're looking at $150 million
just to develop
the software. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that Six Flags is necessarily limited to Justice League or DC comic characters.
They created something with the pirate at Fiesta, Texas.
Right, they're doing something new, which makes me wonder if there's not a new movie coming out from Warner Brothers that is pirate themed.
Well, it can't be Pirate Caribbean. That's Disney.
No, it's not Pirates of the Caribbean, but there could be another, a pirate, some sort of a pirate movie coming out.
Anything else you want to add about Six Flags before we hit Cedar Fair?
I think what really stops Cedar Fair and Six Flags from developing more dark rides is just the initial cost.
It's fine. Yeah.
I mean, Battle for Metropolis
came out bankruptcy about 10 years ago. So
yeah, and Battle for Metropolis was major.
Yeah, they spent over $100 million developing with Sally Core,
and plus then the refurbishment of all of the actual physical rides itself.
The breakdown.
Yeah, that's another several million, I'm sure.
I think that's it for Six Flags. Let's look at Cedar Fair chain. Well, let's look at Cedar Fair. Cedar Fair has been working with these dark rides since its incorporations. Before it became three-dimensional, they had Boo Blasters and Scooby-Doo Ghost Blasters. Until the 2010s, that's when they start working extensively with Sally Core to develop 3 of these dark rides in their major parks. Voyage to... what?
The Iron Reef.
The Iron Reef in Knott's Berry Farm. Wonder Mountain Guardian in Canada's Wonderland. And Plants vs. Monsters in Carowinds. So, I mean... I think, yeah, they've been quiet with these dark rides. We've been waiting for them to respond to something like Battle Metropolis, but I think they are probably, researching in that field of that corner of the market for families.
Yeah, and with Cedar Fair, I kind of at first I didn't think that they were looking at that, but their CEO is a former
Matt Hoymet.
Yeah, he is a former Disney employee.
He is. Oh, okay.
So he's kind of knowledgeable with this kind of entertainment.
His imprint.
This imprint. So I think we're going to see Cedar Fair kind of start to look a little more like Disney and Universal, but I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it'll be a major takeover.
Well, you can't.
You won't see
without bankrupting yourself.
You won't see six
cheap.
or seven.
Yeah,
you won't see 6 or 7.
And
dark
what's
rides
unique
in a
about Cedar Fair is there won't be a bunch of clones. So they try to be unique.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at the possibilities of how they can reach the younger audience, the pre-coaster age child attendants. I think they can really delve and play off those peanut characters like crazy.
Yeah, I think you can see that, but I don't know if that's what their aim is at this point. I mean, if you look at the last two that they've
hasn't been studies.
They've had
it's targeting the older kids and adults.
And it's Voyage to the Iron Reef it's specific to.
But you can update like the Boo Blaster into actual like Battle Metropolis, with peanut character.
Yeah, you could.
Shoot at the Snoopy versus the Red Baron, or chucking pumpkins in the Halloween episodes.
Yeah,
it could be anything. It's just a fun piece. I'm just theorizing it.
Right.
Nothing set in stone. It's just what we like to see.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of things we'd like to see at the different parks, but
or they could shoot the football out before Linus kicks the ball.
Right. Before Charlie Brown hits the ball.
Oh, Charlie Brown.
So
something like that. I don't know.
So yeah, I agree. I think that Cedar Fair and Six Flags will add more. We'll add more dark rides at the different parks, but I don't see them becoming a dark ride park.
Yeah,
they're not. They're never going to be Universal, and they're never going to be Disney.
But it's just try to dabble into that corner of the market.
Yeah.
When we did this piece, we did a little research and actually educated ourselves a little bit. How much they have worked in the past, try to stir the imaginations of the little ones.
Yeah. So I think that's going to do it for today. We hope you enjoyed the video. This is Tom.
This is T.
And we're Show Me Coasters. Please like and subscribe, and feel free to comment.
After all, this is just a fun piece.
Right,
we're just rambling.
We're just rambling on a little bit. We hope you enjoyed it. And have a great day, and we'll see you the next time.